We're back on Let's Have It Out with Sexwale. Vusi from Cape Town is on the line. Hi.
Hello.
Yes, Vusi, what's your question or comment?
No, my comment, just one, firstly to say that thanks to Pule for coming on air and clarifying the ANC position on this. And secondly, I think the ANC should not be apologetic on its message of condolences on Pik Botha's death. Because remember, the ANC is the leader of the society. And as the leader of the society, we've got the responsibility of building the nation and also making sure that the reconstruction of the soul, as pursued by the late Nelson Mandela, continues. It can't die because Nelson Mandela is no more. We need to continue with that. So I found it nothing wrong with the ANC paying its tribute to the death of Pik Botha. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much for your call, Vusi from Cape Town. Vusi echoes your sentiments as well, saying that the project of nation building is part of this as well, yes. With regard to not being apologetic about having taken the position that the ANC took at the time of freedom. In today's South Africa, though, how many National Party leaders or ex-National Party leaders do we have as part of the ANC leadership?
Well, given the history that we come from, and with the kind of integration that took place, you would not be able today to pinpoint and say this is one nationalist party and all of that. Because since 1997, when the Nationalist Party collapsed with the formation of the new National Party and a number of them coming into the fold of the ANC, I mean, you'd expect that by now they are fully indoctrinated into the politics of the charter. They are now fully, I mean, they are now, most of them are now fully
so you're
fledged.
Not going to tell me who they are?
Well, they are card-carrying members of the ANC, but also we do not discriminate.
No, I'm asking about leadership specifically, not members.
Well, in the position, in people occupying positions of leadership, sitting here, it would be difficult. I would be making a very dangerous guess. And I respect the viewers of ENCA quite a lot. I wouldn't want to make that kind of a guess. But also, you know that...
Is this now where you need protection from me?
No! No, you know, we've got through the eye of the needle in the African National Congress, there is a leadership process that gets to be undergone before a branch could decide in their own BGM who they want to impose with that rare responsibility. Because it's a rare responsibility, actually, to lead people in the ANC.
That's very true. Let's hear what Victor from Tembisa has to say. Good evening, Victor.
Evening. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm great. Look, I would like to honestly concur with you when you say we have given too much in 1994. I think the old man, the late old man, together with his organization, were under siege. The enemy employed the dirty tricks, you know, knowingly that, you see, remember 27 years is too much. He came to a different world altogether. Like I said, the enemy was busy, you know, killing people while they wanted Mandela to be seen to be like a savior, you know. And this world, it's on public domain that we have got the West and the UK. So they were watching everything, and the enemy didn't want to actually give in. That is why the ANC was caught between two worlds, you know. So they had to give in rush so that there should be this false sense of peace. That is why today we are still not at that level that we wanted to do. So yes, Ms. Kwale, your question, in fact, by you saying that we didn't, we give too much, yes, I agree with you. We gave too much. That is why racism is still rearing its ugly head today. That is why most of racist people don't believe that we are equal in a society. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that call. I actually agree with him, Pule, that a lot of the racism that you see happening in society now, and there are a lot of incidents of racism. I think one person has been, or two people so far have been convicted of racism to the point of going to jail. And the sheer nerve that people get from this is because of the concessions that we gave. And the fact that we're only thinking of criminalizing racism at this particular point in time and didn't do it from the word get-go is actually quite shocking. Because if you look at the Nazis, for instance, there were Nuremberg trials where they were taken to task to account for their actions. Blanket forgiveness, I don't quite agree with that particular one.
Well, I don't think that we should refer to it as blanket forgiveness. We had a number of initiatives that were undertaken under the ANC's first administration. Amongst those was a commission established which was referred to as the Truth and Reconciliation Commission. It was a very important, if you may like, an asikhulume type which allowed our people and those that would have committed certain atrocities in the past to speak out and allow them to begin a process of forgiving each other. But also, for me to forgive you, I need you to first accept that I did this. But beyond that, I think the critical question that we should also be asking on top of this is, what are the measures or what are the things that we are doing to create an equal society? I think that is a very important question that we need to be asking, that we hear this notion of nation building, but you will not be able to achieve the program of nation building if you do not deliberately work on the program to create an equal society.
That's absolutely true, Pule, and a point that I agree with you on. But that's it for this edition of Let's Have It Out. Let's keep the conversation going on social media, and you can use the hashtag LHIO. Tomorrow, Catherine Constantides is your host. I'm Kay Sehwale. Thanks for watching and have a good night.